Hi friends, this is Deborah and we are exploring the Natchez Trace Parkway. This is our 5th video and we hope you have enjoyed them. Today we will be leaving Alabama and entering Tennessee, where we will explore John Coffey Memorial Bridge, the Sunken Trace, Old Trace Drive, and Napier Mine. If you love road trips and discovering new destinations, be sure to subscribe to our channel and like this video. So fasten your seatbelt and let's get going.
Have you ever felt torn between two things? I feel torn between, am I in Alabama? Am I in Tennessee? I don't know. But right here is the state line between Alabama and Tennessee. So today we were in Mississippi, then into Alabama, and now we're into Tennessee. As you can read on the sign behind me, that in 1663, King Charles divided the land and gave some of it to the colony of Carolina. Later on it was divided between South Carolina and North Carolina and carried across. At a point then it was only North Carolina to the Appalachian Mountains, and that gave a way for Tennessee to become its own state. So we are now in Tennessee, home state for us. We're getting closer to home as we travel along. Come along with us as we see what else we got before we exit the trace as we get close to the house. So come along with us. We've been traveling since Monday. We've been primarily on paved roads for the most part. And if you wanted to get from point A to point B most efficiently, would you choose a paved road, a gravel road, or a dirt road? Most of us would choose that paved road. Well, back when the Natchez Trace was established as a way of travel for people, it was all dirt. And I'm actually standing on part of the old trace. It runs behind me and also in front of me. Well, this is just one of them. As these got worn down, then with rains, they would flood and become real boggy. So with horses, with carts, those kind of things, it made travel very difficult. So what they would end up doing is moving the trace and clearing a new path to make it easier for the travel. And as you can see, here's another path that's been cut out through the trees. This one behind me is actually deeper, so it would hold more water and become more bogged down with your ox carts and your wagons and those kind of things, and even walking and stuff through it. And of course, with water, you get insects, you get all kinds of vermin like snakes and things that you don't necessarily want to have to deal with to make it for efficient, safe travel. Now, the Natchez Trace was notorious for robbers and attacks by other people and those kind of things. So they wanted it to be safe and efficient. And if you're bogged down in mud, that doesn't make it efficient to get from one stand to the next. Now we have the modern trace, which is a paved road, which makes it very easy to travel. And I would encourage you, if you're in the area and you have some time, take part of the trace or take all of the trace. It's 444 miles from Natchez, Mississippi to Nashville, Tennessee. And you could do that in a day if you wanted to. But take your time and enjoy it as you go along. So come on with us as we finish the day on the Natchez Trace. In case you can't read the sign up above my head, we are at the Old Trace Drive. It's a little over a 2-mile drive along the Old Trace. So we're going to drive up that and we'll video some things as we go along. If there's something really nice, we'll see if we can find a place to pull over and stop and see what that is, show you what it is, and then we'll just kind of continue our trip on up the trace. So this time, instead of coming along with us, why don't you ride along with us as we go up the Old Trace. See you up there.
It's a very wooded area, which would create a atmosphere for robbers.
We're continuing our drive down the old Natchez. We've passed a couple of little pull-out places. Looked like somebody was in one spot. Looked like they might even been camping there. But as you can see ahead, we've gone from a paved to a somewhat paved to looks like a dirt road in front of us. You know, and it's not much different than what the people traveling the trace would have run into, where they would have had dry ground, muddy ground, all kinds of conditions that they would have to go through. Now ours, of course, is a lot more modern and we don't face that kind of difficulty. But you can see again, as Nona said, very wooded around us. Great opportunity for robbers and killers and ne'er-do-wells to stand and wait for those that are passing up the Natchez Trace, making this a treacherous place for people to travel. We are at Napier's Mine. This was a iron ore mining area, and it was all kind of surface and 50% turnout from what they mined, and it was then taken to Summertown to be converted to the real iron.